Anytime you pick up a new book, you're hoping it's going to be a 5-star read, right? I mean, I'd assume that's the case, that every time we start a new read, we hope it becomes a new favorite, something that is just so perfect it leaves no notes, and then we continue to think about it for weeks or months on end. We're always looking for that next book that leaves us loving it so immensely that it is just perfect in our eyes, and we feel the need to go tell every person we know to read it. We talk about it forever because it has completely changed our lives. I mean, don't tell me you disagree. Well, as I've talked about before, I am on a journey to get myself back into loving reading the way I used to, and one thing that I think would be fun is to try and predict my next 5-star reads. I think because I haven't read many books recently, there are so many on my list that I have just a great lot to choose from. Let me start off by telling you some 5-star reads that I've had in 2025 so far, so you can kind of see what I've been into. We have The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Gorgeous. Sunrise on the Reaping literally shattered my heart. Great Big Beautiful Life. This one came as a shock for me, for sure. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Insane in the greatest way. And Carrie Soto is Back. Chef's kisses forever, literally. These books are all either perfect to me or made me feel some life-changing way that have them sticking with me. It's kind of a big deal. Well, with that, I think I have a good suspicion of some books that will be 5 stars for me going forward based on just what I've been into. So I would love to share that with you guys, and that is why we're here. Let's talk about it. The first 2 books I have, I think, make a lot of sense considering what I just talked about. The first one we have is Always Remember by Charlie Mackesy. This is the sequel to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Tongue twister title, I swear. I know that this is going to be so wholesome, so sweet. It's going to leave me feeling mushy and gushy and just so happy. And I also know it's going to teach me some life lesson or remind me to look at the little things and love the people around me. It's one of those types of books that just really teaches you something, but in a really simple way. And that's why I think I loved the first one so much. And I don't think this one will be any different. I even think it might be better. Charlie Mackesy did something really special with the first one, and I'm so happy he decided to explore the story further and write another one, because I feel like this is just one of those books that is timeless. You can read it over and over and over, get something different from it every time, and it can really speak to you no matter where you're at in your life. So I am so excited to experience this one. The other one that I don't think should come as a surprise is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, if you are not a stranger to my channel, you would know I have talked about Taylor Jenkins Reid into the ground. I always talk about her because I am obsessed with her. Every Taylor Jenkins Reid book I've read has been 6 stars. It has changed my life. It has made me cry. It has made me fall in love. And I just don't see how this one could be any different. This one is about NASA and astronauts, which is something that interests me greatly. This book won Target's Book of the Year, and I've had all of my friends screaming at me for months now to read it because they loved it so much, and they know I'll love it so much as well. So I feel like it's just time to get to it. I have a strong suspicion it'll be a 5-star, if not my favorite book of 2025, assuming I get to it before the end of the year. Is she overly confident? Maybe, but honestly, I don't think so. I'm ready for it. The third book we have is The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. This is about a bookseller who works in New York City. Like, okay, stop, that's already enough, you've sold me. But it gets better. She receives this gift from a customer that is this book where when you open it, you can open doors to travel quite literally anywhere. It's kind of giving like Midnight Library, which is a book that I very much did not enjoy. So you may ask, Zoe, why do you think that this would be 5 stars? Well, great question. It's honestly just something about the premise. It seems more fun fantasy than like lit fic that the Midnight Library was. And because it is different than the Midnight Library, it's its own book. But as I said, it is also under the fantasy genre, which is also something I don't really like. So I'm not building a very strong case for this one here, but like, hear me out. All that aside, I just have this gut feeling that it's going to be 5 stars. I also have word from a very reliable source that it is fantastic, but I just think I'm going to love it. Fantasy is not always bad to me. It's not always good either, but I just really have this strong suspicion that this one's going to be good. And I can't explain much more than that, but the fact that it's set in New York City alone is probably enough for me. So this one's very much an iffy one, but we'll see. The next book we have is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is a fantasy, dark, magical realism book. It seems similar to Addie LaRue, and yes, I just said fantasy, and I know I just said I don't like fantasy, but I just know this one is going to be different, okay? Again, hear me out. It's historical. It is about 2 characters writing letters to each other. It sounds gut-wrenching, but so great at the same time. The character art is stunning, and I've never heard anything but fantastic things about this book. It's one of those books that I've had on my TBR for literal years now, and I keep putting it off, but I know it's going to change my life, and it's like, girl, just pick it up already, like your life could have been changed ages ago, which is exactly what happened to me with Six of Crows. So I feel that this one is going to just pull a Six of Crows and be exactly that way. So like, why would I not want to read it? And why would I not think that it's going to be 5 stars? It just has that 5-star potential in my head where I feel like it's going to be as beloved by me as Six of Crows and Addie LaRue. And that's what I'm expecting, and I'm excited for it. So I guess I'll report back. And the final book we have here is kind of a curveball. I have Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino. Now, if I'm going to be fully transparent, I know next to nothing about this book. I'm basing my thought that this will be a 5-star solely on the author, because this is the author of one of my favorite books to ever exist, Before We Were Strangers, which was everything I ever could have asked for in a book. It was dual timelines, it was second chance romance, set in New York City. It had these characters that I just rooted for and loved. I felt like I was fully immersed in the story. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me fall in love over and over. Like, that book to me is perfect, which is why it's a 5-star read, which is why it's one of my favorite reads. And I just have this really strong hope that this author was not just a one-hit wonder for me and that she can do it again. Because if she could do it again, I would just feel so grateful. Because again, like, I can't express how deeply I love Before We Were Strangers and how much it means to me. So if I could have a second one like that, my life would be changed. So I'm excited to find out. I'm also excited to find out what this book is even about. It'll be one that I kind of dive into blind, and that's my favorite way to do it. So we'll see. Now, with those 5 books, I'm very excited to see if they end up being 5 stars, but I also find myself questioning what makes a book 5 stars. How do you know that a book is 5 stars? Something I often discuss with my boyfriend is, was the book actually 5 stars? Or is it recency bias? Is it going to hold up over time and a year from now you'll still think it's 5 stars? Or is it just 5 stars in the moment because you really enjoyed it as you read it and now it's over and you're reminiscing on it and wishing you could read more? Who's to say? But I think either one counts as a solid 5-star. I think there are 2 types of 5 stars. They both are good. There's just the forever 5 stars and the current 5 stars. But either way, if any of these fall into either of those categories, I will be happy. I truly think that all of these have good odds of falling into one of those categories, and I can't wait to find out. So I'm gonna go get reading. I don't know how long it'll take me to read these, but when I am done, I will report back to you guys and let you know what I thought. If you've made it this far, I would love to hear what makes a book 5 stars for you. How do you know? How do you rate your books? Let me know. And also, don't be shy, let's be friends. All of my socials are down below. I want to be friends with everybody and connect with this community. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and may your next read be a 5-star. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.